Hey everyone, how are you? We're back for the late show. Sorry, we had a mic issue for a second. Hey Reby, how are you? Danny, Marilyn, Angela, Sherry, good to have you guys. Uh yeah, missed you all. Hey Lux, how are you? So I've got two stories. It might not be a long late show. I don't have a ton to do tonight. But I do have this, a missing woman that not a lot of people seem to be talking about. So I want to talk about her. This lady here, she's been missing since Friday. According to her family, she had Life 360, which helps track people in this sort of situation. They found her near Decatur, Tennessee. Her car is a maroon 2004 Ford Explorer with 079 BFQD plates. The back of the vehicle has a sticker that says TSU Mom, and the photo is attached to this post. I don't, yeah, there's sort of a photo anyway there. Let me bring that up. There you go. So they actually held a service for her over the weekend, trying to generate leads or information within her church, but so far, no information. They said, according to her family, her Life 360 tracked her near Decatur, Tennessee. Smiley's car, yep, and that's her with her family, her church, and there's that sticker, LSU Mom, LSU Tigers, LSU sticker. It says during the ceremony, several prayers were issued for her and her family. The choir also sang gospel music, and funds were collected to help support the family. They said if anyone knows information about her whereabouts, to contact the Chattanooga Police Department. And yeah, so if you've seen this lady around the area, around Tennessee, they are looking for her and her vehicle. Pretty strange. They said she was last seen wearing beige or yellow polo and shorts, driving a burgundy expedition, as seen in this photo behind her. Let me see what else I can find. Not a ton. Still seeking information according to the local PD. Let's see if we can play this video for you.
This is the one that brings us that inner peace that we need. Lord, bring her back.
A community gathered together with the hope of bringing a loved one back home last night. That ceremony was held at Hawkinsville Baptist Church to get the word out about a woman who is believed to have gone missing Friday. This on your screen is Valerie Elder Smiley. She is a 43-year-old mother of four, wife, and entrepreneur. She was last seen wearing a beige or yellow polo and shorts, driving the burgundy expedition you saw on your screen. A police report has been filed.
What we have learned is that the police has sent, they're searching the flock cameras right now to see if there's a ping of where her location may be. Before is anything else, we had drones flown today.
If you have any information about Valerie Smiley's whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Chattanooga Police Department.
That's it. That's all we know. I don't have really much else. I can check Chattanooga Breaking News.com. Nope, they don't really have anything. What about local news? Okay. So this is sort of the photo they're giving out, I guess. Valerie Smiley, please search for missing person last seen leaving Chattanooga home on Friday. Call 423-698-2525 with any information on her whereabouts. It's a Tennessee license plate 079BFQD. They said, yeah, anyone with information, 423-698-2525. Yeah. That's it. That's all I have. I really don't have much more about her, but her family says they want her home, and yeah, they don't understand why she would have gone missing. That's the information that I have about it. Yeah, that's literally that's all the links I can find. So hopefully they can. Yeah, Tennessee again, right? Tennessee's turning into Florida. Um, I hope they can find her. I hope by spreading her name, someone will recognize her and call it in. Yeah, make sure you call that number. If you live in Tennessee and you see this woman or that vehicle, let me bring that back up. There's that vehicle in the background there. You can see that's her car, yeah, behind her. So if you see her or that red car, call it in. Hey, Tina, good to see you. All right. So we have a little bit more on another case that we had a couple of weeks ago. I haven't really done much since, but I've been waiting to hear from the father, and now we have. It's Astrid Schiller, the woman who took off with her 3 children in Canada, was eventually captured trying to get across the border into the USA, and then they took her into custody, sent her children to a sanctuary. Somehow she was released from the police, found out where her boys were being kept, even though it's supposed to be a secret location, was able to make it there, get the children, and take off again. I mean, it should never have happened. It should never have happened. There's no way she should never have known where they were. It's supposed to be a secret location where neither parent knows where they are. It's supposed to be for their protection. And somehow, early hours in the morning, she made it out there and took them again. And they are on the run once more. So it says here, the dad of 3 missing boys with their mother in Canada told Newsweek on Wednesday that he was just minutes away from seeing his sons for the first time in months when his ex-wife kidnapped them from school. Yeah, I read about this. He had a court order that said that, custody was going to be for him. He rang the school, he told them, "Hey, I'm coming down to pick up my boys. I have a court order. I'm the legal guardian for them." Somehow she got wind of it and she beat him to the school, took the children out of school and disappeared. And that's how this whole thing started. So, I mean, I don't know what you want to say about it, but it says here, we know the basics of this case. It says, speaking a week after she was detained trying to cross into the US Canadian border with their 3 boys, the father said he is desperate to see his sons again. While police announced the group were missing in January and issued an arrest warrant for the 55-year-old mother, the paternal family told Newsweek that they actually vanished from Durham in Ontario in mid-November of last year. On November 17, 2023, the father was on his way to see his children after spending much of the year without access because of an abuse claim against him. It had been thrown out by a judge a few days earlier. He said, "I was beside myself. I was going to see my boys for the first time in 7 months. I was going to go see them. I was buying extra groceries. I was wondering what clothes or shoes I might have to buy them as they're growing up so fast." There's some internal photos from the dad's side, apparently, of his boys. He said, "I called the school to say, hey, I'm on my way. I have a fresh court order in my hand. Somebody warned her, and she came probably 20 minutes prior to my arrival. I was on my way, and she took the kids, and off she went." The family has not seen the boys since, despite the police having some contact with her to begin with, before issuing the arrest warrant for her on January 24th, 2024. She is wanted on 3 charges of abduction by a parent and 1 of disobeying a court order. The disappearance came as a blow to the 3 boys' father and uncle, who also spoke to Newsweek, explaining that he had helped raise the boys when they were living on the edge of Toronto. The uncle says they were amazing children. Leon is a real go getter. We established a really strong bond. He likes sports and he was very active. When it was time to go to school, he would gravitate to friends who liked to play soccer in the field, or he would come back and say he wanted to try baseball because his friends were doing it. He said the other child, Christopher, is a little more introverted, but he loves animals and almost anything to do with nature. The youngest, Thomas, is the most happy go lucky guy. They said the uncle said that from an early age, however, he could see signs of manipulation from Schiller. When the family moved in 2019, the dynamic shifted. Both men said there was a growing list of accusations from the mother about the way they and the boy's grandparents were treating the children. When one agency wouldn't listen to her, she tried another. She has been documented as belonging to right leaning parental rights groups, speaking on theories around vaccines and educational board approaches to LGBTQ plus issues. The family says she believes in that she is the ultimate authority on her children. In April 2023, an agency believed one of Schiller's claims, and the father was stopped from seeing his boys. He said he spent months arguing with authorities to prove his innocence before his access was restored in November. And now we know once his access was restored, she just took off with the children. So he said, this has been going on for 4 or 5 years now. I've had to defend myself nonstop, but that is now passed. He told Newsweek that despite all the potential charges being dropped, he had lost friends of 30 years because of his ex-wife's allegations, and that has left him worried about his sons. There's another family photo of a big dog and 2 kids. He says, I know my oldest two at the time before they left, they fully understood how to use electronic devices and all the rest of it, and they didn't reach out to me. That's one of two things. They are either being completely isolated from electronics altogether, or they have been told some very bad things or outcomes will happen if they try to reach out to dad, grandpa, grandma, or uncle. He said he knows his boys are very good at teamwork without needing to say anything, so if they wanted to take off and get in contact, they would have already. He says it's almost like a hostage situation for them and they don't even realize it, adding that living in a situation where they are on the run is not good for them. They are not able to grow up properly. At this point, I should be teaching them some good sports and, other father and son type activities. So, that's his side of the story. We finally get to hear from the dad. Now, I've heard there is some updated information that they did find the car that they were looking for in relation to her, but she was not with the car. They also think that she has been hopping from sort of foresty area to foresty area and sort of hiding within the national park system in Canada. But now that they've lost that car that they were using, they have to ask the question, is someone helping her? Because if they don't have a vehicle, how are they getting around and how are they hiding? Because you can't hide a mum and 3 boys just with no transport. It's almost impossible, right? Someone would see them, someone would call it in, and they would be, arrested within a couple of days. So they ask the question, is someone out there hiding them? Is someone out there helping her? Is someone out there advising her on what to do to stay under the radar? Because why did they ditch the vehicle? And and now they don't have a vehicle, how are they getting around? Okay. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police said during the weekend that officers believe the group have been camping at various parks around Saskatchewan with an abandoned vehicle discovered which they believe the mum had been driving. Both RCMP and DRP have insisted they do not believe the boys are in danger and have therefore not issued an Amber Alert. The family argues, however, that the boys are listed as missing and there is a warrant issued in Ontario that they should not have been allowed to leave again last week. I find this very interesting that if this was the other way around and this was a woman yelling at cops saying, "My husband has taken 3 of my boys and I can't find them," or whatever, I reckon an Amber Alert probably would have been issued pretty quickly. They would have had the license plate, they're looking for, we've seen it. I know we've seen it. We've seen, men take off with children, partners, husbands, whatever, and they've issued the Amber Alert. So the fact that the Canadian police won't issue the Amber Alert is concerning. It doesn't matter if they're not in danger or whatever. That shouldn't matter. It should matter about getting the boys back to their rightful guardian. And if the father has parental rights, then we should be doing the same for him that we would do for a woman. And I think the family's being hard done by in this situation because they are men. And, if we're trying to be equal to everyone, we should treat everyone the same. And I would issue the Amber Alert. If you issued the Amber Alert, I bet you the net would close so much faster because it means a lot more to have that alert. That alert goes out to everyone, and everyone's aware, everyone's looking for them. Um, it wouldn't drag on like this for weeks and months and days and whatever. We probably would have had it sorted by now. Look, whoever told her where the children were located, or however they got in contact with each other, and whoever released her out of custody, that's for an internal, police investigation to sort out. The other stuff can be fixed. Yeah, I agree. Amber Alert needs to be issued. The father has custody. I agree. We try to do things equal both ways, right? That's the world we live in now. Everyone gets it. We try to anyway. Try to give everyone the same consideration. Then we should do it for the guy. Breaking news on Elijah Vu. All right, hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm not seeing anything like super breaking more than just there's a plea hearing scheduled for Elijah Vu's mother, Katrina. When is that? She plans to change her plea. I think we already heard this about a week ago. About a week ago, we heard from her lawyer that they had a resolution in the works and it just needed approval. So this may be the resolution, is that she's going to change her plea to whatever, and we'll find out more. I don't know if it actually leads to Elijah at all. Let me just double check. Yeah, it just said she's wants to schedule a plea hearing for July 18th. So we'll have to wait till the 18th to find out what's going on. Ah, okay. Yeah, so they just scheduled a plea hearing. We did hear about it last week that the attorney had a resolution in sight, and this must be it. So she's going to change her plea, and in a couple of weeks, we'll find out what is going on there with Elijah Vu. Hey, Journey to Justice, how are you? All right, let's get back to the one we were speaking about. This one, they're saying here, look at this. There's a photo of the boys. It says here, the family said, I just want to make sure the boys know they're absolutely loved and missed by their dad, their grandparents, and their uncle. I'm sure they have been misled about that. God only knows what they have been told. The family dog Nero is missing them too. He will sit on their bed every once in a while, giving me these sad eyes. That's his way of saying, where are the kids? Where are the boys? He told Newsweek that he is worried about what might happen next and that he's losing hope that Schiller will turn around and bring the kids home. The family now wants to see a central team coordinating the search across Canada. As a family, we are just left in the dark here, just giving them lead after lead. It's killing us. A spokesman for the Durham Regional Police confirmed to Newsweek on Wednesday that the children went missing on November 17, 2023, and were last seen in the care home in Forest on June 17th, almost a couple of weeks ago or a few weeks ago. The matter has been taken seriously from the onset and never ignored. This investigation does involve multiple agencies and not solely the police. Uh, we do believe the children have been with their mother since November 17th. At this time, there is no evidence to suggest she will cause any physical harm to the children, which was supported by the OPP not issuing an Amber Alert. The RCMP is currently leading the investigation in Manitoba, and that department told Newsweek that its investigation was directly linked to the disappearance from the care home. Good. Hopefully, we'll hear more about the care home and what happened there at some point. Hold on, guys. Some spam call. Journey to Justice. If you want me to drive to Manitowoc, I can. I'm about 90 minutes away drive. I I'm not going to make you drive to Manitowoc, but I'm sure it'll be heavily covered on the day. Yeah, the poor dog looks very sad. Do we have another photo? There he is. Look at those sad eyes. Apparently, that's the family puppy there. All right, that is the end of that. I don't know what's going to happen next for this particular case, but I'm guessing they're going to have to find out who is helping her, and that might lead to where she is. There was an article that came out the other day, if I can find it, about they were suggesting that they definitely think someone is helping her for sure. Astrid. Vehicle wanted. Nope. Here. See, they say here, is someone helping accused child abductor Astrid Schiller? They definitely think someone is. They said when the runaway mom was busted at the US border in southern Manitoba, authorities took her 3 young boys. Protocols dictate that the sanctuary location should have been kept a secret. Somehow, sources said the 55-year-old New Age devotee discovered where the children were, and in the middle of the night allegedly kidnapped them from the safe house. A source told the Toronto Sun, "That's the question, isn't it? How did she find out? And why has everyone turned a blind eye? Did she convince someone at CBSA, which is Canada Border Service Agency, to reveal where the boys were being kept?" On Friday, the Saskatchewan RCMP found a white 2018 Mercedes GLC linked to her at a provincial park. Schiller is wanted by the regional police for child abduction on a 2023 warrant. So, yes, there are concerns about who is helping her, who is part of her cause, and how did she find out the information that should have been kept more secret. Hey, Kim, how are you? No, it can't have been a very safe house, can it? All right, you can go if the news is breaking. Hey, Tina. All right. Well, it's not a good sign if you can find out where the safe house is located, especially when you're dealing with minors. Um, but other than that, I don't have anything. But that is the update. They are still looking into it. Let me see if I can find one last thing for you. That was a couple of weeks ago. No, that's an old one. We don't want that. Last week. Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay, that's fine. All right, we'll leave it there. But I hope we will get a resolution shortly from them. But here's one other. Got one other article, but I think it basically says what we already know. They did say here on Friday, Saskatchewan RCMP said they received a report of an abandoned vehicle at Pine Cree Regional Park, which is located in Cypress Hills between the communities of Shaunavon and East End. The abandoned vehicle is that white 2018 Mercedes GLC and is determined to be the vehicle previously associated with the missing mom and her 3 children. Her, along with her children, were not in the vehicle and have not been located, they said. Police said their investigation has determined that she may have been seen last on June 19 near that same park. So, yeah, they just said a warrant is still out for her arrest and they are still trying to locate her and her children. So, there you go. Angela says there'll be a network of like-minded people helping her, possibly. Keeping it like a spy operation, probably, thinking that this is some sort of James Bond situation out of a movie, and they're all part of the grand conspiracy to help this woman who's being targeted by the government. Okay, let's keep going. All right, let me grab you our next one. It's been a slow news day in Australia, actually. Very little news out of down here, to be honest. Very little crime news, anyway. It seems like most of the big cases have sort of wrapped up for now, and it's gone back to being a little boring. Let's see. Let's see what else we missed from today. We did that. We did the Arizona lady earlier today. We did Jocelyn. Jocelyn was in the first show. Let's see. We could do this one, although it's another child one.
Tonight, we're learning more about the 8-year-old boy killed in Columbus. Martonio Wilder was found dead inside of his family home. According to court documents, the coroner found deep neck compression on the boy, and his mother is being charged with his death. Right now, family and friends are trying to cope with all of this. They shared more about the young boy with Stephanie Dupre. She joins us live downtown. Steph, this is so tragic.
Home that Martonio was found in, and when we got there, we saw a memorial that was set up for him. There were flowers, candles, and some of his favorite toys. We also ran into a very close family friend who told us more about the young boy and that he had just turned 8 years old. But when he saw you,
He knew I was happy, talking, playing, giggling, like excited to see you.
Martonio Wilder, known as Marmar in the community, is described as a bright, gentle, and adventurous young boy. His family is not ready to go on camera yet, but they shared these photos with us. His happy spirit pouring from the photos. We went back to the home on Olmsted Ave where police found the child's body, a devastating end to last week's widespread Amber Alert. At the home was a close family friend placing toys on the porch. She didn't want to go on camera, but says Marmar's eyes lit up whenever he saw her. Finding out he was murdered just didn't seem real.
What was the first thing that you thought about?
I was shocked. I can't believe it. Like, he was only 8 for a month. His birthday was May 22nd.
It was emotionally very difficult for this close family friend to continue this interview. The last thing she said was that Marmar wanted nothing more than to be loved.
It's okay. Oh, we can stop. Yeah, we can stop. It's okay. It's okay.
Now, the boy's mother, LaShonda Wilder, and her partner, Jonna Lowe, are due back in court tomorrow. So stay with us as we continue with this development and as we follow it. On your side, tonight.
A very sad case. I'll bring you more in a second. Wendy, hey Wendy R, how are you? Wendy says, "Thanks, Ping, for your interesting live streams. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it and your comment. It's very appreciated, and comments like yours really do help throughout the day. Yeah, nobody wants bats flying through their home. I'm not sure what she is. I think she's more one of those people, just hard right leaning, is into my way or the highway. I know everything about my everything and my children, and I don't like what you're doing, and you know, let's do it our way only. Let's campaign for that. I mean, it's not always a bad thing, but I think people go too far sometimes. Okay, let's talk about this little boy. And this is from Columbus, Ohio. They said, "We now know the cause of a Columbus 8-year-old boy, cause of death. Police say they found Martonio Wilder inside a trash bag in an attic of his family home. His mother is now behind bars charged with murder. According to the criminal complaint, the 8-year-old had a deep neck compressions on his body when it was found. His death has been ruled a homicide. Family and friends tell ABC6/Fox 28 that they are still in shock. Close friends spoke with the reporter. They're saying the child was always outgoing, always tried to make people around laugh. They say they are still struggling to wrap their brains around his death. In an intimate setting, they gathered at the back of the home on Saturday for a memorial with flowers, candles, and some of his favorite toys. He was known as Mama in the community, described as bright, gentle, and adventurous for a young boy. His family is not ready to talk on camera, but they shared photos with the news agency. They said, "We went back to the home on Olmsted Avenue where police found the child's body. There we saw a close family friend placing toys on the porch. She did not want to be on camera, but she said Mama's eyes lit up whenever he saw her. Finding out he was murdered just didn't seem real." Yeah, I bet. Let's see if this one is related here. 1.5 million. Yes, it is. So, come on, stop that. It always does that. All right. It says the bond for the mum accused of killing young son is issued at $1.5 million. Girlfriend also arraigned in court. There's a photo of them there, of the both of them. Oh, we can play that.
But that judge say anybody say nothing, you cannot run and hide from God. He knows the truth.
New developments tonight in the case involving the death of an 8-year-old boy. 2 women, including the child's mother, were scheduled to appear in court this morning, but the mother of Martonio Wilder refused to face a judge.
Her bond was set at $1.5 million. Kate Seifert is following the story. She was at the courthouse where more than a dozen family members attended that hearing.
A heartbreaking day here at the courthouse. Cousins, aunts, and uncles of Martonio Wilder holding on to one another as the judge read the bond amount. But they wanted our conversation to focus more on the 8-year-old little boy who had his life cut short.
He's a photogenic kid. He loves taking pictures. He has one of the beautifulest smiles.
Over a dozen family members in the courthouse Monday morning, 8-year-old Martonio Wilder, the little boy who they say was a light in their lives.
Bright smile with the brightest eyes ever, full of life. Full of life, man. He was so sweet.
A judge says the boy's mom, LaShonda Wilder, was unwilling to appear in court. Her bond was set at $1.5 million.
At the end of the day, I didn't think she would even get a bond. I was hoping that she didn't even get a bond, so I'm not happy with the bond amount. But I feel like at least it's high enough. I don't think anybody has that amount of money to bond her out. We're not bonding her out.
This case all connected to an Amber Alert that you may remember getting on your phone Friday. Here's video from the scene. Police say hours after Wilder reported her son missing, they found Martonio's body in the attic of a home in the Milo Grogan neighborhood, hidden in a trash bag. According to the court documents, Martonio suffered a deep neck compression.
I'm numb. Like, I still can't even believe it. Like, waking up every day since has been like unbelievable.
Franklin County Children's Services tells our team caseworkers began working with the Wilders family in May of 2022.
I think everybody feels like they played a part in the failure. You know, it's like now that it's too late.
Wilder was not the only person charged in this case. Her girlfriend, Jonna Lowe, was charged with obstructing justice, a judge setting her bond at $500,000.
He just wanted to be loved. I'm telling you, that's all he wanted.
Martonio's family now planning his funeral.
It's really sad. It's a really sad story, and it's sad that his life had to be cut short because he deserves so much more.
Wilder had 2 other children that were also involved in that Amber Alert on Friday. Family tells me they are still in the care of Children's Services. As for Wilder and Lowe, their next court appearance is scheduled for July 9th.
So we won't hear more about that until next week, next Tuesday, in about a week's time. Hold on, who is messaging me? Okay. All right, no one interesting. Yeah, there was a few people not showing up to court this week too. Hey, Shad Hunter, good to have you. Thanks for hitting the like button. I appreciate it. I really do. Let's see what else we have. But very sad. Imagine that. Imagine finding that young little boy in the attic in a rubbish bag. I mean, I can't comprehend that myself. Pretty horrible. Said they arraigned the 2 women. LaShonda Wilder is charged with murder and obstruction of justice. Is it Jonah Lowe is charged with obstruction of justice? Okay. So they both seem to know about it, I'm guessing. See, it says here. So it says LaShonda and her 2 other sons were the subjects of the Amber Alert that was cancelled after they were found at a family member's home a short time later. Wilder and her girlfriend then went on the run before turning themselves in on Saturday. They've been in custody in Franklin County Jail since then. Following Monday's arraignment, relatives spoke about lovingly of Martonio Wilder. They just said he just wanted to be loved. That's all he wanted. He was bright. He was happy. The brightest smile. Everyone here had closeness with him. And another cousin said he was really loved. People really cared about him. He was bright. He loved to sing. We all spent so much time with him. We would go to the park and I would just love on him, take him to get haircuts. So they said those same loved ones detailed a childhood that included abuse. A lot of her neighbors that lived next door had seen things. The people she worked with have seen things. A lot of things happen that didn't happen in front of us. A lot of things that we are finding out now. The family says, look, they're saying that her final judgment is not with the judge in the court, but with her maker up there, and that is what she's going to have to deal with even after the court case. So they said while they still love her, they have now severed ties with our family, our own blood, because she has done the unthinkable. The family was surprised that Wilder was given a bond, but expressed relief that it was too high for anyone to pay it. Yeah, 1.5 million. I don't think anyone has that just lying around. They said the family, they're working on planning a funeral service for the little boy. They are asking the community to support and have placed donation buckets with his photo on them in the neighborhood where he lived. Well, I hope the neighborhood takes good care of the family. You know, that's what community is about. This family didn't ask for this, and they weren't expecting something like this, and now they've got that burden of having to bury that little boy. So I hope the community all rallies around them and make sure that that little boy has a great send off from this world. I really do. Let's see if we have anything else here. I think that's about it for today, guys and girls. I really do. I think it's going to be a bit of a short show, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's going to be a short show. I think we've done just about everything I wanted to do. Oh, you're always very busy, Sherry. Always very busy. 1,000 students. That's a lot of people. Hey, Shad. Good to see you. Yeah, interesting that the neighbors saw things, and so did other people that she worked with. That is very creepy. Very creepy. Not good at all. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it for today, everyone. I think it's a short, late show, but hey, I'm going to be back tomorrow, 9 p.m. for another early show, and we'll probably have heaps more updates every single day, Monday to Friday. We always have heaps of updates. Yeah, we did that earlier in the night. We're waiting on more information about how they were found, anything found in the vehicle, that type of thing. Appreciate you all too. Hey, I will be back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, 58% of people who view these videos are not subscribed. I would appreciate it if you did and help the channel out by subscribing. It costs nothing and helps me out immensely. So if you could do that, I would appreciate it. To Wendy R, thank you very much for being the super sticker of the night. I appreciate that very much, my friend, and your very kind message. But until then, until tomorrow, I'll catch you later. Bye. Bye.